Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Smackdown Live. Good news on the horizon for the Blue brand as a new general manager has also walked into town for it. It is a very eventful week here in this universe and it is being already kind of just taking charge of the new general managers who have walked into town. One on Raw who we saw who is an absolute unit, and then one on Smackdown Live who would rather go the NXT route and remain anonymous in his own senses. That may be the smartest way to go. I don't know how you're going to top Constable Dredge, the complete unit that he was. Nevertheless, we have an interesting night of action here on this episode of Smackdown Live. First under the new general manager. A lot of big news being made heading into the next Smackdown Live pay-per-view, and there is the main event right there anyway, to get right into it. What a main event we are in for. A rematch from SummerSlam. The SmackDown general manager was so interested and so invested in that title matchup that we're going to have a rematch for it. Kota, Ibushi, and AJ Styles again here tonight for the Intercontinental Championship. What a main event that is going to be. What a chance that is for the Golden Star to try and get that title back around his waist. A dream chance for him. Can he make it happen, though, is the question. And the answer, we will find out later on in this evening. A very intense night of action, one that I cannot wait for, but we're going to start things off with a bit of an interesting contest as Dolph Ziggler goes one-on-one against Chris Sabin. And so here we go. We commence with this one-on-one matchup to kick off this evening. The first match in the new SmackDown general manager. Will it top the kind of match that Kofi Kingston and Hiroki Goto gave us last night? I'm not too sure. I'm trying to create brand warfare, to be fair, and have absolutely no part to play in it, in all fairness. Nevertheless, the new general managers making their immediate impact. We saw last night on Monday Night Raw the United States champion, Lars Sullivan, fired, and the title stripped from him. And now here tonight on SmackDown Live, a title match for the Intercontinental Championship in the main event of the evening. Great stuff on its way from SmackDown Live. Great stuff last night from Monday Night Raw as well. Let's see how they can keep the momentum rolling heading into tomorrow's show, which of course is the show of the week, and then this weekend with the ECW pay-per-view, Anarchy Rules. Nevertheless, we are going to see how this matchup will kick off. We are going to see how the tenure of the new SmackDown general manager will kick off within this and yeah, come the DCC. I made the mistake again of trying to talk when that's just not what happens. Nevertheless, been seeing some conflict between the DCC as of late. You may remember back to a few weeks ago when Ibushi beat Chris Sabin. The DCC didn't get involved there. And then last week on SmackDown Live, Christopher Daniels was pinned in the matchup against Future Shock, and Sabin just let him get pinned. Sabin didn't get involved. He didn't try to make the save. He just let him get pinned in the ring. 1, 2, 3. And that certainly didn't reside well within Christopher Daniels, I imagine. And certainly you could tell the frustration on the face of Chris Sabin himself. He was deeply frustrated with what he saw in that matchup. He was deeply frustrated with Christopher Daniels, and I think that's why he just let him get pinned. There's no two ways about it. The way he acted in that match, he just let him get pinned. But nevertheless, we are underway here tonight regardless of it with our first match here on SmackDown Live. Our first of course, the usual 5 with a big-time main event to go with it. Let's see how this one goes anyway. Collar elbow tie between Ziggler and Sabin, two guys who certainly have not found the... what would be the best way of putting it? I'm trying to think of the right word here, my bad. The fandom of the SmackDown Live crowd, I mean, there's no doubt about it. They haven't exactly been greatly appreciated since being on SmackDown Live. Christopher Daniels early on there sliding in a steel chair into the ring. Very early on. Perhaps trying to give Sabin some kind of an edge in this matchup in the early few moments. The referee going to quickly slide out the chair. I'm not too sure what that was all about. It's Daniels slid in the chair and then did nothing to try and help him out. Jawbreaker there, though. As Daniels watches on. No Kane here tonight. Maybe due to the Sabin-Daniels conflict that has been winding on over these last few weeks. Chris Sabin not getting off to a fresh start at all right now, though, has to be said. Ziggler taking the running share over the former NXT champion and the leader of the DCC to go with it. This is essentially exactly what... Oh, here we go. Someone's getting involved, and it is Christopher Daniels distracting the referee there, and somehow that allowed Chris Sabin back in this one as well. And now, what can Sabin do here? Perhaps the distraction played into his advantage a little bit. Single underhook suplex there. And Sabin now shutting down the attempted offense here of Dolph Ziggler, just like he wants to, and he's going to go up to the top rope here against the former three-time world champion. Not going to pan out, though, as Ziggler was on one knee there. It would have been awkward for Sabin to take flight. Look at these strikes here that he takes in. And Ziggler now. Uh-oh. This is going to be dangerous for Chris Sabin. This is going to be an impact that he will want to forget immediately. Superplex connected from Ziggler. And he covers Sabin here. Will this end it? No. Chris Sabin kicks out of two, but he desperately needs something back in this matchup. Doesn't look like he's countering that much in terms of moves either, but spoke a little too soon there. Sabin kicking the gut, dumps him off to the side there. Christopher Daniels paying close attention, but it's not like he's getting involved thus far. He's kind of just been doing nothing, more or less. Sabin now, Irish whip through the legs of Ziggler. Hurricanrana to go with it. Now this is Chris Sabin as we know him. This is the Sabin who can shut down a match and try and take control. He's going to go to the top rope. Can Ziggler stop it this time? Doesn't look like it. Chris Sabin in a perfect position. Leg drop connected. And right up to his feet after it as well. He does not want to waste this opportunity. Sabin in. Going to look for the Sabin-lizer, and he gets it on Ziggler. This could be a huge win for Chris Sabin, of one of the biggest stars last year in this universe. Cradle shock attempt, and it is countered by Ziggler. And don't forget, Ziggler wants to bounce back as well from last week's disappointing defeat to Randy Orton. Only one RKO put him away there, and that's got to be eating away at the mind of Dolph Ziggler as well. Up on the shoulders now. Was thinking for a second he might be thinking cradle shock, but he'll hang him out to dry. Face first on the ropes. Missed with the drop kick though in the turnbuckle. Ziggler now. There's a clothesline. Chop attempt countered from behind now. Backbreaker. Neck breaker to go with it. Another cover attempt here by Chris Sabin. And look at that immediate kick out from Dolph Ziggler. Oh, look at the strength. Look at the strength of Sabin. Deadlift powerbomb to him. Outstanding. Sabin has retaken control in this match. There's no doubt about it now. Ziggler, though, able to move out the way, and he needs to get in something big quick, and that's exactly what he'll do there with that tilt-a-whirl neck breaker. Ziggler now going to take himself to the top rope here. Will this pan out the way he wants it to? Misses with the elbow drop. Sabin, give him credit, got off to a rocky start, but has been looking great since then. He's going to go for that Sabin-lizer again. Ziggler still got no counter to it at all. Hit with the Sabin-lizer, and that could be his ticket to victory. Oh, no, Ziggler able to counter his way out of it. Headbutt as well, sticking the head in to Chris Sabin. Second rope, tornado DDT. And Ziggler going to line himself up here to go at it. Looking for the elbow drops over and over and over again here. Down onto Chris Sabin. Repeating them time after time after time. Christopher Daniels trying to save the DCC leader. And Ziggler, meanwhile, in the ring. Well, he's in control, isn't he? He is. Oh, no, he's not. Sabin able to bring out a counter. There's Sabin going to look again to strike, but he gets countered for his troubles. And look at this now. Ziggler's tuning up the band. Christopher Daniels in the ring with a steel chair. Oh! He just blasted him in the head. just blasted Ziggler in the head to save Sabin. I don't even think Sabin wanted it. I don't even know if Sabin wanted to be rescued like that. Sabin, in his eyes, might have thought he had him. Ziggler just won this one through the interference of Christopher Daniels. But Sabin doesn't look pleased at him at all. It didn't look like he wanted it at all. Oh, tensions might very well be mounting within the DCC in front of our very eyes. Well, certainly an interesting way to kick off this episode of Smackdown Live. I have no idea what that was all about between the DCC, but Christopher Daniels and Chris Sabin are indefinitely at some kind of a boiling point with one another. There are troubles brewing between those two men, and I wonder what kind of an impact that leaves on the DCC going forward. This is, what, the third week in a row now? Is that something has occurred between those two guys? So there has to be something. There has to be something going on there. More than meets the eye. I don't really know what it could be, but either way, it's problematic for the DCC going forward. We'll see anyway what that might result in as time goes on, but it certainly is a concerning situation for the DCC. I personally, I don't really care either way, but it is very interesting to see a faction as tight as the DCC were upon their arrival starting to fall apart at the seams, it seems. Anyway, let us move on to our next contest. It is a tag team match of War Machine against the Dangerous Alliance here. Jinder Mahal and Bobby Fish, who are on their way, I imagine, to a WWE Tag Team title matchup at the next SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view. Still some 4 weeks or so away from us. This will be a very entertaining contest, I imagine. War Machine are former WWE Tag Team Champions. They're the ones who lost the Tag Team titles to the Gorillas of Destiny. They want to do their very best to win those titles back. And the Dangerous Alliance, well, they kind of find themselves in the slot of the number one contenders. You know, they were DQ'd at SummerSlam, so they couldn't win the titles there. Then this past episode of SmackDown Live, Bobby Fish decimated Tama Tonga. Make no mistake about it, in this whole Dangerous Alliance, Gorillas of Destiny thing, there ain't a good guy to cheer on. There is not a good side where you can put your thumbs up and cheer these guys on and be like, yes, I'm happy that these guys are doing this or something along those lines. Both of these sides are despicable, deplorable. They're disgusting. Both of these sides I hate, but seems to be the way that things have gone in the SmackDown Live Tag Team division anyway. Bobby Fish heads towards the ring here with the same look of determination on his face as he has had throughout his career. The same determination that drove him to 390 days as WWE Champion. Okay, a little interesting side fact for you. It was just under a week ago, actually, that we quote-unquote celebrated the 1 year anniversary of Bobby Fish losing his WWE Championship to Kyle O'Reilly. The more you know about that, a bit of a fun side note for you. It has been just over a year since Bobby Fish lost that WWE Championship to O'Reilly, thus ending the historic 390-day reign that who am I kidding, will come to an end in just about 3 weeks from now at the hands of Seth Rollins. Nevertheless, Bobby Fish is nowhere near the WWE Championship right now. That is held by Brock Lesnar, who is not here tonight, despite his attack last week on the wrestler Katsuri Shibata. Shibata not here either. But certainly business to start with in this one. It's going to be Hanson, the more athletic of the two, taking on Jinder Mahal. Flying across the ring, there goes Jinder. It's amazing to think when you look at the duo of the Dangerous Alliance, the titles they share between them. Okay, most of them come from, no, nearly all of them come from Bobby Fish, but still. 4 world titles, a Money in the Bank, an Intercontinental title, and a WWE Tag Team title reign. It's a very, very impressive resume for a tag team to be having. And look who's getting involved already. The Snake Paul Heyman getting involved. Mahal will try and take full advantage here, as he always will. Rolling up Hansen. Will this do it? No. Hansen reverses it. Rolls up Mahal here. Mahal reverses it. Rolls up Hansen now. Will this put him away? There's 2 and a kick out from Hansen. Well, that was a shaky start and a back elbow from Jinder now. And the Dangerous Alliance could find themselves in firm control of this matchup here. Throat chops there, and then a chop to the chest. Tag made now. Dangerous Alliance in control. Bobby Fish, the legal man. Double gut buster and a kick in the gut to go with it from the 3-time WWE champion. Bobby Fish finding himself back where his career started in this universe and looking to make an immediate impact and trying to get more tag team gold around his waist. It is the only title he has not won under Paul Heyman that he is eligible to win. Think about that. That's a pretty interesting fact, I think. All the titles he's won, you know, you think about the Intercontinental Championship, you think about the 3 WWE titles. Has not won a tag title under Heyman. Heyman, of course, when he was leading his former faction way back one of the Next Big Things, there was a time where he held nearly every title in this universe at the same time. Now, Heyman has, as a manager, has won every title that he can win. I don't think he had an eligible star in his midst who could apply for the Cruiserweight title, but he has won tag team gold. He has won the world title way more than once. I think he might be on about 5 world titles between all of his clients. 2 of those coming from Brock Lesnar, 3 from Bobby Fish. Intercontinental titles. And, of course, the tag team titles as well. Bobby Fish able to counter, being countered rather by Raymond Rowe, who sends him into the corner. Raymond Rowe, the powerhouse of the 2, more rather. Certainly the hardest striker of the 2. Snake Eyes there for Bobby Fish, and he's feeling the impact now of the much larger, much tougher Raymond Rowe, who drills him down to the mat there with a big boot. Off the ropes he comes. Double axe handle. Fish evades and comes flying in there. Launched his body at Raymond Rowe, but Rowe didn't go down. Fall away slam here, and Fish does go down near his turnbuckle, but not near enough to Jinder Mahal to make the tag out. And he will be wishing that he could have. Oh, good God. Look at the strength. Deadlift. Gut wrench suplex from Raymond Rowe. Are you kidding me? Here we go again. The involvement of Paul Heyman. And Fish will take full advantage. Brainbuster on the knee there. But is there anything in the Dangerous Alliance that they can do here? They're going to make the tag out. Jinder in off the tag now. An elbow right down on the lower part of the back to Raymond Rowe, and Mahal wants to prove a point with Raymond Rowe in the ring. Hansen was trying to make him tag out there, but it wasn't happening. Clothesline, countered. Counter back from Jinder there. Competitive between these 2 men. Fair play to them, but Jinder Mahal brings him in. DDTs him down as well. It's a long way to crawl for Raymond Rowe there. No surprise that he couldn't make it. Forearm in the face. Running knee from Jinder as well. Oh, no, not another win for them. Mahal ducks it. Has Raymond Rowe in the Colossus. And he covers him with 2. And, Raymond Rowe kicks out. Raymond Rowe kicks out at 2. But a hard knee in the face, and Hansen is sent to the outside. And Jinder patiently waiting. Tag made. Fish in off the tag now. Trying to work on the quick window of opportunity they've got. Double back body drop. And Bobby Fish will lift up Raymond Rowe with huge strength for the fish hook. Fish hook to Raymond Rowe. Cover made. Jinder's job to stop Hansen this time. There's 2. There's 3. The Dangerous Alliance just beat War Machine. I don't know what's happened to them since SummerSlam, maybe even before that, but they seem to have turned into world beaters. They just shut down War Machine like they were nothing. How is the question? That is a tag team that was brutal, devastating, savage. And they just stopped them. I have no idea. I have no idea what to make of that. Are we looking at the new WWE Tag Team Champions? Is the big question to ask right now. Are these two going to be holding those titles? I don't know. But the way it's looking, they certainly are the favorites. We're going to move on, though, to our next contest. Triple threat match to determine the #1 contender to the Smackdown Live Women's Championship. Who will face Nia Jax first? Will it be Bayley, Paige, or Becky Lynch? 3 women looking for the same shot as one another. I certainly think this will be very interesting indeed. And of course, it is one hell of a shot to go for as well in in Nia Jax, who I think I compared her last week to the SmackDown Live Women's edition of Brock Lesnar in the way that she acts and the way that she is within this ring, how aggressive she is, how you can come up with a game plan to try and take her down, and you're just going somewhere else. You're just being sent flying across the ring because that's what Nia Jax wants to do to you. And you ain't going to stop her. It's that simple. Nevertheless, these 3 women will fight. One is looking for a rematch and the other 2 looking for their first crack at Nia Jax for that title. Bayley and Paige, of course, are those 2 women. Becky Lynch is the one looking for that rematch. Bayley last week defeated Naomi, I believe it was, in one-on-one action in a quite a competitive match between the two. Kind of showed the leaps and bounds that Naomi has made in many ways. Got to give her credit for that. But Bayley certainly being a credited athlete as well. I mean, she's the only one in this match not to have held the Women's Championship before. Paige and Becky Lynch both held the Women's title on more than one occasion, I believe. Becky Lynch definitely on more than one occasion. Paige, actually, I don't think so, but she certainly held the title for the longest, clocking in at about 6 months with her reign. And here she is, formerly of Bullet Club on Monday Night Raw, now her own woman here on SmackDown Live, and has won the fans back over since she made her return to go with it just before WrestleMania. Paige, back in the good books of those, always in the good books of mine, of course, from those Bullet Club days. It was interesting to, a little interesting side note for you, for all those people who care about Bullet Club way back in the day. By that I mean pretty much the start at the end of last year. Dolph Ziggler and Paige are on this brand, but Paige wants nothing to do with Ziggler anymore. Paige has completely cut off that tie. From what I've heard, though, you know, I've talked to both of them backstage. Still in contact with the Good Brothers, but Dolph Ziggler, on the other hand, gone. Not had any contact with him since the Bullet Club fell apart. Same goes with Adam Cole, to be fair, but that is for a completely different reason. Adam Cole's the reason why Bullet Club isn't standing to this very day, and he paid for it, because he ain't standing to this very day. Anyway, here comes the last woman out here, a woman who I will never, ever want to say anything negative against. Becky Lynch heads towards the ring. Without a doubt, one of the most beloved women, not only on the SmackDown roster, but also on the Raw roster and the NXT roster. Everywhere we go, there are crowds lined up to see Becky Lynch. There are people who want to see Becky Lynch with that title back around her waist already. And I'll be honest, I'm one of them. I think everything that Becky stood for, everything that Becky was fighting for heading into that title match was honorable. It was incredible. It was like, it was a true leader stepping up to the plate and saying almost, you don't attack the soldiers, you know, you don't attack the people, you attack the head. You go for the person who matters most. Becky Lynch stood her ground and wanted to fight Nia Jax, but in the end, Nia Jax proved victorious at SummerSlam, and now we see if Becky Lynch get a rematch here tonight. I want Becky to get the rematch, I'll say that right now. But we'll see how this one will go. The 3 women kind of walking around the ring there, just kind of sizing each other up in that moment. Paige taking a step back for a moment, and now he's going to hit a nasty German suplex there on Bayley in the early stages of this matchup. All 3 women liked by the fans, all 3 women hungry for that shot, all 3 women appreciate one another and respect one another as well. But when the bell rings and it is all about trying to win that title, you can bet your bottom dollar that they're going to put everything on the line in order to win it. Nice DDT there from Bayley, who is taking quite a good bit of control in this one right now. Need to be stopped in her tracks as she rolls out of the ring. They're leaving Paige and Becky Lynch to go one-on-one. I know I said these two are former I know I said these two women are respect one another, but there used to be a time long ago where these two women detested one another. Paige never used to be able to beat Becky Lynch, and then it turned into the fact that when she joined Bullet Club, she eclipsed Becky Lynch. And eclipsed her as well to win the the Raw Women's Championship at that time. Great counter from Lynch there on the arm now of Bayley. Reverse DDT down on the arm. Not only does that help with the disarmer, that takes away Bayley to belly as well. Very effective. And here come the Bexplexes right now from Becky Lynch as well. Bayley getting back in the ring. Absolutely no luck going for it. Same might be said for Paige. Lynch is on a rampage right now. Slamming her down on the arm there, and Paige will retort to rolling out of the ring. Becky Lynch is hungry for that opportunity at the title, and she is stopping at nothing in order to get it. Big drop kick into the back there. It's all about Becky Lynch right now, looking for another exploder suplex there onto Bayley. Incredible job being done thus far, but she turned it back, and Paige, German suplex off that second rope there. Huge impact for Becky Lynch to take on, and oh, here goes Paige now. Paige has shut down the build that was going on there for Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch rolling out of the ring. That leaves Paige and Bayley one-on-one here. Big clothesline there from Paige. But Bayley able to counter. Kicks her in the leg there. I don't know why you were doing that right in front of Paige. That was a bit of a dumb decision to make, because you paid for it. Paige Turner. Is it going to be Paige versus Nia Jax at the pay-per-view? No. Bayley kicks out at 2 and denies that opportunity from happening. Becky Lynch back in the ring now from behind. Russian leg sweep to Paige. And she covers the former women's champion now. There's 2 and a kick out at 2. Paige not giving in here, but she may be forced to give in. Becky Lynch has lined up the position. Becky Lynch is lined up and ready to strike, and here she goes. Disarmor applied, but Bayley is right there to make the save. She would have to stop on Becky more than once there. Becky was refusing to let go. Up on the shoulders here. Here we go now. The aggression from Bayley taking over as she snake eyes Becky Lynch into the turnbuckle there. And now going to throw Lynch into the turnbuckle to go with it. Great stuff from Bayley here. The fight and the fire within her could lead her to the Smackdown Women's Championship. Exploder suplex of her own in the corner. And take a look at this now. Paige back up to her feet as this one continues on. Bayley still in control here. Paige though from behind. German suplex, and Bayley lands it. What has gone into this woman today? Bayley's unstoppable right now. A pure machine taking over. Lynch in the other turnbuckle right now, stationary, and Bayley has one for Paige as well. Exploder suplex to Paige into that turnbuckle. She'll go up high here. Oh, but Becky Lynch is right there to stop it with a knee in the face. Oh my goodness. Paige underneath this. Look out below. Hurricanrana, and Bayley can at it. And an elbow drop from Bayley. Might have hit Paige on the way down as well. Becky didn't go out of the ring there. She stopped herself, and Paige was crawling away. Oh my God! Into the turnbuckle went Becky Lynch off of that double underhook suplex. And up to the top rope goes Bayley again. What are we going to see now from Bayley in the ring? Nothing, it seems. A little bit of complication there between the two. Spine buster made from Paige. Clothesline sends Bayley down in the turnbuckle, and the knee to go with it. All 3 of these women are putting absolutely everything on the line right now to be the #1 contender. Look at this now. Headbutts in from Paige, right on the top of the head of Becky Lynch. Brutal in those headbutts, and here comes the strength now. Fall away slam, and Becky Lynch is sent on her way and sends herself out of the ring as well. Tilt-a-whirl, neck breaker connected as well from Paige. And now it seems as if Paige has this one under control to an extent, trying to stop Bayley. Couldn't stop her there, gets hit with a forearm. Bayley, oh, she's going to go for another suplex variation there. And she'll cover Paige off of it, but Paige able to kick out very early on and deny Bayley the chance of victory. Elbow to the pinpoint of the head there. Oh, this is dangerous right now. Oh, what a backbreaker there. And again, Bayley will look to head to the top rope. Maybe not. And she goes for the cover anyway. Cover made on Lynch. Lynch was able to kick out early there, I think, no matter what Paige was doing. And Lynch, Bayley now caught with that Russian leg sweep. And this might not be Bayley's smartest idea. Taking a roll there. Didn't go outside of the ring. Fair play to her. She hung in there. Oh, what has Paige got in mind? She is sending. Oh, no. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. She doesn't send. Bayley seemed to have collapsed a little bit there before she could hope for... Before Paige could hope for whatever she was hoping for. She sends Bayley to the outside here. Paige has something devastating in her mind to make her #1 contender over the former women's champion, no less. A huge Rampage DDT from all the way up top. Look at the impact that resides for Becky Lynch. Bayley is nowhere. Cover made. 2 and 3. Paige is the #1 contender and beat none other than Becky Lynch in order to achieve it. She beat the former women's champion to get a shot at the current women's champion. Paige versus Nia Jax is sealed. There is your #1 contender for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Is Nia Jax prepared and ready for a match quite like this one? We shall find out in just a few weeks from now when they meet at the Smackdown Live pay-per-view. Becky Lynch is going to be devastated with that one. Bayley might be devastated with that one as well. Whichever way you look at it, both of those women were fighting, but they just didn't have enough to stop Paige from getting the opportunity. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, though. Anyway, we're going to move on to our next contest. It's been a busy, hectic night of SmackDown Live, which I think is just the way the SmackDown Live general manager wanted it to go. Coming up next, however, should be a very entertaining contest between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Let's see what this entertaining contest can bring to us then. I like that. I like how this one could go. It could certainly be a very interesting matchup, no doubt about it. Orton against Rhodes. Both these guys who are building up momentum bit by bit, or at least they're trying to. I mean, think back to Cody Rhodes. He was in the Intercontinental Championship tournament, got eliminated by, I think it was eventual winner, Kota Ibushi. But if you remember to that match, Rhodes took Phoenix Splashes, last right power bombs, Kamagoyes until he finally stayed down. And that was just insane. To witness Cody Rhodes having that kind of resiliency to hang in there as much as he did, and now being rewarded with an opportunity against the man rising up through the ranks here, who is potentially well on his way towards a future championship opportunity, perhaps the next man to go after the WWE Championship. You know, Brock Lesnar may well have been your last week attacking Shibata, but that's just Lesnar being Lesnar. Maybe Shibata wants the title shot. You would expect me to say Okada, but there's been no sight of Kazuchika Okada since SummerSlam. There has been absolutely nothing. Since SummerSlam, I have not seen Kazuchika Okada one bit. No one has seen Kazuchika Okada, as a matter of fact, and that is what makes it very, very strange indeed. And I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's going to be here tonight, next week, next month. I don't even know if he'll be here again. I honestly don't know right now. Time will only tell, I guess, but regardless of that, we have a show here tonight where, you know, no matter what, that is a matter that the general manager of SmackDown Live will have to attend to. But here is Cody Rhodes making his way out. I imagine he's feeling a bit better after getting banged up by Kota Ibushi in that match a few weeks ago. And here we go. Between these two talented athletes, what's what I'm looking for. I think Cody Rhodes is second generation, Orton third generation, of course, which certainly Gives a chance for a great success for either guy to walk into. Let's see how this one will go. Rhodes feeling a little bit confident off the start. It might not be your smartest tactic against a guy like Randy Orton, who, as we saw last week, can have just one RKO to put a match away for good. Rhodes feeling pretty good there. Nice tugging on the arm there. He's going to back him way up into the turnbuckle there. Rhodes and Orton know the rules of the wrestling ring. And Orton. I could see his arm moving there, and he went for it. Cheap shot by Orton there on Rhodes, and that has fired up Cody Rhodes a little bit here. He's not taken too kindly to it. Counter, though, by Orton, and a drop kick. Well timed, well struck, but Rhodes ain't going to stay down long to it. Dragon screw there. Back and forth between these two right now at the very start. Neither one is yielding to the other one bit. Striking the gut there. Oh, took the leg out from underneath him. Nicely done there from Cody Rhodes. That could be his way to try and have control in this matchup. Up in a suplex, dumps him down there. And Cody Rhodes now is starting to wind. Nope, he is not. Orton able to stop him. Rhodes able to stop him. Northern Lights suplex, and Rhodes can't even get a 1 count on it. It's great action on the start here between these two. Back suplex maybe. Oh no, atomic drop here by Rhodes. And here comes a combo that is going to hurt Randy Orton. 3 of them on their way. One after the other there. And Cody Rhodes is all over the Viper in this moment. Gets him with a hefty kick in the back as well. Orton countered. Uppercut there. Viper feeling pretty good now maybe. Has he turned things around for himself here? So far it's been so back and forth. It's just been completely... So I'm looking for just momentum shifting from side to side so often it's difficult to tell who actually has any kind of control in this matchup. Rhodes with another counter there. Just a moment ago he was in control, and now he's countering him, and Randy Orton's in for another trip of atomic drops. His groin is going to be hurting in the morning, no doubt about it. Probably hurting right now as well, in all fairness. There are 3 of them. And Rhodes in position. Alabama slam. Got all of it. Orton, though, throwing him off. How do they counter one another time and time again? I just don't understand it. Orton on the apron. Rhodes is on the apron there. Countered him. Drop kick back in the ring. Pinpoint precision. Pinpoint accuracy to go with it. And Cody Rhodes now brings in Randy Orton. Gonna look for Din's Fire. Can he get it on Orton here? Yes, he can. Din's Fire connects, and that could do it for a huge win over Randy Orton. Has Rhodes secured it? There's 2-0. Kick out at 2 by Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes gonna force himself up to the top rope here. Rhodes, moonsault to Orton now. Covers him after it. Will this do it? No, again. Orton kicks out at 2. Cody Rhodes not going gentle on him there. You see the impact in that reverse DDT there. The way he came down on him with that torque. Very impactful. Randy Orton is now the one in huge trouble. The back and forth between these two guys has slipped away a little bit right now. It is all about the work that Cody Rhodes is doing in this ring, and he should be on his way to a victory. And I think I may have just predicted that one correctly. Orton just about able to counter in the nick of time. Brings him in. Gut wrench. It's going to be that gorgeous gut wrench neck breaker. He got him. Cover made. Will this put away Cody Rhodes? No. Rhodes kicking out way too early for Orton to hope for victory. Hard kick in the back to go with it. But nothing else will come of it. Good counter there from Rhodes, who turns around Orton now. Forearm in the back. Crossroads! Crossroads! And Orton's foot is in the ropes. Oh, that's going to be incredibly frustrating for Cody there. In his eyes, that should have ended it, but it didn't. And Orton's starting to get fired up now. Orton in with a lariat. And another one. ducks the clothesline, slams him into the mat. Oh, that has backfired on Cody, but a big kick in the face from Rhodes puts him right back into the swing of things. This match is still too close to call. What an entertaining contest this has been. Suplex, floats over, kick out from Orton at 2. And Cody seems to be lining himself up for something here. Well, whatever it was, it got countered from the Viper, and he gets sent up and over here, courtesy of Randy Orton, who lines up Cody Rhodes now, and is going to start methodically breaking him down. The Orton stomps, raining away on him here. And one across the head for good measure, and it may only take one to finish the deed here. Randy Orton, RKO! Cover on Rhodes. 1, 2, and 3. 1 RKO does it again for the Viper. Randy Orton, your winner in another competitive matchup for both men, but one that the Viper had no intentions of losing, though no doubt about it, he was oh so close to losing it as well. That was close. That was another great performance by Cody Rhodes, but you must think, in Cody Rhodes' mind, he has to be getting frustrated. How many times does he have to come close? How many times does he have to come within an inch of winning? When does he actually, win, is the question. The answer is, it needs to be fast. It needs to be soon, because he's in trouble if he doesn't. Nevertheless, Randy Orton, your winner here. Another great win for Orton. He's riling himself up towards something. But what is it? I don't really know. We'll see. Maybe it is the title. Who knows? Nevertheless, let's move into our main event of the evening. It is time for the rematch from SummerSlam. Another great opportunity for Kota Ibushi on the line here for the Intercontinental Championship. Ibushi versus Styles once more. Is this the one where Kota Ibushi acts up? Is this the one where Kota Ibushi makes up for his mistakes at SummerSlam and walks out into Continental Champion? Or is the phenomenal one still going to be holding that title by the end of the evening? What a main event we have here on Smackdown Live. What an impact made from the Smackdown Live general manager. And let's see how it all finishes up next. So here we go. The challenger makes his way out first again, and this is going to be the time where he doesn't want anything to go wrong. He wants to be the one to walk out with the title around his waist this time. He wants the belt, and if the match at SummerSlam is anything to go by, then he should get it. Kota Ibushi heading towards the ring right now for this matchup against AJ Styles. I will say it again, what a match they had at SummerSlam. Opened up the evening, completely took everyone back. It was a phenomenal match between the two guys. But in the end, Ibushi, after everything he tried, after everything he could muster up, finally fell to the third phenomenal forearm of that match. Now here we are again, and clearly there was something the SmackDown Live general manager saw when he was watching that event. Now in power, now with a chance to have an impact on shows, he makes his first big move with his title matchup here tonight. We saw the US title vacated last night on Monday Night Raw. Could we see a new Intercontinental Champion crowned tonight here on SmackDown Live? It may very well be the case, but in order for Ibushi to have that right, he's got to go through this very man, the phenomenal one, the guy who has been the Intercontinental Champion now for only just about 2 months, but seems to have already made an immediate impact with it. AJ Styles versus Ibushi once again. They open SummerSlam, but they close tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. Phenomenal is the only word I can say it, and there is no pun intended there, if I am being honest with you. But the big question is, what can AJ Styles do in this matchup to stop Ibushi? Because you know when Ibushi loses, he goes, he trains, he looks over the tape, he studies where he went wrong. How can AJ Styles stop a man as resurgent as Kota Ibushi, a man who realizes the mistakes he can make and pounce on them and capitalize where his mistakes were with advantages to himself this time around? He knows the weaknesses of Styles. Not only would he have picked him up in the ring, but he would have picked him up watching the match back. Has Styles done the same? If he has, this match is going to be even more competitive than the SummerSlam one. If he hasn't, then I think we could be in for a new Intercontinental Champion. There is something about Kota Ibushi that is incredibly tough to stop. And we'll see if AJ Styles has it in him to stop it. That's what it's all about here on the main event of SmackDown Live. The Intercontinental Championship up for grabs. The challenger looking on in the turnbuckle. That determined look on his face. That desire to be the Intercontinental Champion for the very first time. But looking across from him is a man who has no intentions of letting go of that belt. A man who is going to do his very best to hold on to that belt by any means necessary. And a man who has made quite the impact with that belt since holding it. AJ Styles. I don't know who to put my money on, I'll be honest. I think whoever wins this matchup here deserves to be the Intercontinental Champion. And I will absolutely confirm that. I will say that right now. Whoever wins here deserved it. But let's see which one of these two men it's going to be. Ibushi is ready. Styles is ready. The crowd is ready. I'm ready. The main event of SmackDown Live is go between these two athletes. And Ibushi coming out of the gates ready. Hurricanrana. Quick cover on Styles. Trying to put him away. Got a 1 count there. I don't think AJ Styles nor anyone was expecting that. Look at Ibushi. He has come flying out of the gates at 100 miles an hour. Schoolboy powerbomb and Styles clutching his back. And now a huge lion salt connected with there from Ibushi. Oh, this is looking troublesome for the Intercontinental Champion in the early goings here. Ducks under, snap German suplex to go with it. Styles has got in no offense so far. Kota Ibushi goes up to that second rope and he is calling Styles up to his feet here. Can Styles counter quick enough? Drop kick and he got it. Nothing from Styles thus far. The Golden Star's taken full control. Styles up to his feet but met with a forearm. And now he's going to be met with all of Kota Ibushi's weight coming down on his chest. What a dreadful start this has been so far. AJ Styles finally able to counter though. And now the Phenomenal One needs to get something going fast, and here he goes. Incoming strikes to Ibushi, and a clothesline will bring him down after it as well. Great stuff there. Lifts him back up now. Looking for a strike. Countered. Kick in the gut. Ibushi. Another Hurricanrana connect. And another cover for the title. Will this do it? No. Styles kicking out early, but how impactful, how strong is Ibushi from the start here? Counter there from AJ Styles. Backbreaker to go with it, and Styles needs to slow this match down. Styles really needs to try and slow this pacing down right now, because otherwise, he's screwed. Ibushi has come out at 100 miles an hour, and he has taken charge of this matchup. Torture rack powerbomb made, kick out there. Rope break rather, from Kota Ibushi. Spinning back fist now from Styles. Pele kick to go with it. Oh, that was pitch perfect from the Phenomenal One. And it feels like the match has finally turned around a little bit for AJ Styles here. Now, he's starting to make up for his slow start. Cover from Styles on the power bomb, but he can't get more than a 1 count. He might have been hoping to try and slow down the pace there, but got met with a hard elbow in the face, courtesy of Kota Ibushi. And here comes that schoolboy powerbomb again. Hooks his arms in and drills AJ Styles down into the mat. But Styles ain't going to stay down for long. Back up to his feet and in with a lariat. Phenomenal One pulling himself up to the top rope here. How will this go for him? from up high. Oh, beautiful lariat connected with there. And he goes after the arm of Ibushi now. He's not a submission specialist, but he's going to try and wear down Ibushi. Look at how quickly, though, Ibushi escaped the hold. It's got to cause concern within the mind of AJ Styles, surely. Oh, what a knee in the gut. Are we going to see another moonsault attempt? Indeed we will, and he'll nail it as well. Cover made for the title, and Styles kicking out right away. Up on the shoulders here. And he's going to go down under the ropes as well. Kota Ibushi now is in the driver's seat. And Kota Ibushi is looking to strike big. Kamagoye Styles for the Intercontinental title. And Styles kicks out right away. Outstanding. Nothing there happening for Kota Ibushi. AJ Styles trying to swing back. Ibushi stops him. Ibushi trying to send Styles back into the turnbuckle again. He's looking for something big. Ibushi on that second rope. Moonsault connected. Into the turnbuckle again he is sent. Kota Ibushi might just be looking to moonsault the air out of AJ Styles' lungs, but Styles in there. Styles finally able to counter. And look at this now. AJ Styles looking to strike big. Has Ibushi in. Styles clash. Will this do it for him? No, Ibushi's in the ropes. Oh, AJ Styles can't believe it either. He goes up to the top rope now. AJ Styles in. Spinal tap. A devastating move, and AJ Styles goes for the cover. Will this do it? There's not even a 2 count. And that expression from AJ Styles tells the whole story. How did that just happen? He has Ibushi lined up now. Big time forearm. He nailed him with it. And he's going to nail him with this as well. AJ Styles, Ushika-roshi to Ibushi. But look at the counter there. Ibushi right away in with a counter. And Ibushi. Oh my goodness. Last ride powerbomb. Will that do it? No. Styles able to kick out at 1. I don't know if that was the last ride powerbomb. That might have just been a sit-down powerbomb. My apologies there. Ibushi turns him over though. This is his chance. He's going to bolt it up to the top rope. Phoenix Splash. Phoenix Splash, surely. And he gets it as well for the title. 1, 2. No. Kick out at 2 from Styles. How is either man still standing in this one? Styles had to force him off there. Puts him up in that torture rack. He's going to go for that powerbomb again, isn't he? He sure is, and he nails him with it. Oh, but both men, you can tell, are feeling the fatigue of this incredible match. Out to the apron goes Styles. Springboard 450 back in the ring. Into the cover he goes with it as well to retain the title, and Ibushi still mustering up a kick out of 2. Chop in the chest now. Here we go. Styles looking for the strikes, and Ibushi just able to find the perfect counter. Took too long trying to wind up with that strike, and that's how Styles countered it and got him with a German suplex. You can feel how much these guys have worn out of one another in this matchup trying to win it. Styles in with a calf crusher though. Trying to make Ibushi tap out here. Ibushi is nowhere near the ropes, not even his legs are. This is a great lock. A great place to hold it in, and a great submission to sit in as well. But Ibushi sees the opening and is able to get himself out of it. Snapmare takes him down now. Will Ibushi look to try and slow down the pace temporarily? He sure will. Side headlock on Styles now. Oh, sorry, chin lock on Styles. But it's not going to last too long. AJ Styles elbowing his way out of that one. Ibushi counters him again. What a match. What a match this has been so far. In the turnbuckle now. Oh, is this such a wise decision though from AJ Styles after everything they've gone through? Is this going to be the smartest decision he can afford to make? AJ Styles risking it all for the title. Superplex from Styles. And he sends himself out to the apron. AJ Styles sees this as the end. It took 3 at SummerSlam. Will it be 1 tonight? Phenomenal forearm to Kota Ibushi. He couldn't have hit it any cleaner if he tried. And the cover on the Golden Star with 1, 2, and Ibushi kicks out at 2. Oh my goodness. And Ibushi counters him as well, hoping for something there. Styles shut the door. I think both of these guys are just astounded by how much they've put into this one. The respect these two guys are going to have by the end of this match for one another has to be completely just on another level now. AJ Styles waiting in the ring for Ibushi. Ibushi coming back in. Styles kicking the gut. What is he thinking here? What is he thinking to Ibushi? Buckle bomb to Ibushi! It's exactly what AJ Styles was thinking, and he got all of it. Suplex now to Ibushi. There's blood on Styles' back. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if Ibushi's busted open or not. Forearm strike, backhand there, and Ibushi's still up on his feet. Throws him into the turnbuckle now. Forearm drilled him in the back with it. Ibushi lining himself up. Sends him into the turnbuckle. O'Connor roll. German suplex. How? Just how? Just how do you do something like this? Styles countered. Ibushi countered. Styles sent into the turnbuckle. Ibushi sending him up the turnbuckle. Perching him up high. Ibushi Hurricanrana covers him for the title. There's 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from AJ Styles. Oh my God. Ibushi is fatigued. Styles is down. But does Ibushi have it in him to end this? Styles is dragging himself to his feet meanwhile. He counters Ibushi, and in the slight window he has. Styles clash. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God! I thought that was it. I thought that was it. The blood has come from Ibushi's face. You can see it trickling down his cheeks. But he will not give in, and neither will AJ Styles. Quick arm drag now, and Ibushi slow to bring himself up to his feet. And that was exactly the moment the Stars needed to capitalize. Ushigoroshi. Will this be the one? Styles begging for it, pleading that this will be enough. AJ Styles, phenomenal forearm. 2 phenomenal forearms and a Styles clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles does it again in another spectacular main event. Still your Intercontinental Champion, the phenomenal one. Ibushi, he was 1 move away. I don't care what anyone says. He was 1 move away from victory. But Styles struck with that move before Ibushi could and walks out with the title. What a main event that was. Styles deserves to be the Intercontinental Champion. Absolutely incredible. What? Finn Balor? Where did Balor come from? Where did Balor come from in all of this? Finn Balor on AJ Styles. Bloody Sunday to Styles. But what for? What for? Why did Finn Balor just do this? For what purpose? The Intercontinental Champ is down. Why Finn Balor?